Yo, what's going on, boys? So today's topic of the day that I wanted to go ahead and break down for you is actually going to come from the comment section of the last video. Shout out to Suave New Orleans 504. He made a comment saying that he voted for man press beaters to be next, right? So a lot of people are really struggling with man coverage. Man coverage is apparently this boogeyman of the comp community because as soon as they patched the untarget bug on the RPOs, you would have thought every tip site and every content creator out there had no idea how to beat man coverage. I don't understand the logic from the comp community. Most of the people that do this, I say most, are people that played in Madden that required you to actually lab up man beaters. And I know the last couple of years, everything has kind of been open, but I don't know if they've just gotten used to it or maybe they just really liked the RPO bug. I have no idea. So I'm in Houston's Playbook, right? This is the book that I run. This is the one that I'm going to be running competitively in the tournament this week. And I just wanted to scroll through the formations, right? Because I wanted to talk about different things that you can do. I don't use every one of these plays that I'm going to show you. I just wanted to show you how many different man beaters there are if you just get in the lab and look for routes that actually win. Now, we're just going to start, right? These are all shotgun plays. I'm going to show you ones that have a true purpose in the overall scheme of things that you can use, and others that simply may not, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at automotions, right? Automotions are one of the biggest ways to beat man coverage. They always have been, and you'll notice a lot throughout my scheme, I do use automotions a ton, and there's definitely a purpose for that, right? So here's an example of this. Cover two man, right? A lot of people like running cover two man, and they just want to sit there, and sometimes they'll put their purples on the safeties. They'll do something that looks like this, right? So I actually called the wrong play, I think. No, this one will work. But basically, they'll press, safeties go into purples. Their user will go, they're responsible for this deep middle of the field. Anybody that might beat the press, that's who they go guard, right? So you can use an auto motion where you got the linebacker on the side of the formation because that's where the running back is, right? But this auto motion, you can set up whatever route combo that you want to actually use. And you'll notice, even though he flows over there, he's late. So you can go ahead and get one-on-one with that purple or force them to start putting purples over there, right? Now, once you get them into where they're putting a purple, right, you have these auto motion streaks, auto motion fades. So I like this play double pivot, and we'll go ahead, we'll do the exact same thing here. Once again, we're just going to press, purple, purple. This guy's responsible for anything deep over the middle of the field, right? Now, if you were to go ahead and do this, we can go ahead, set this auto motion up. You'll see the linebacker goes out on the running back, but in two man under, he can't actually press him, so he's going to get a free release. Makes for a very easy one-play score. You got to use some of these man-beating concepts that are in your playbook that you might not even be familiar with, right? So that was wing slot offset. Let's go ahead, take a look at another one I really like. So you have the auto motion flat, right? So cheat flat X post. Once again, man press. You're going to be forcing your opponent into guarding some of these things, right? So simple setup, this auto motion to the tight end. You'll notice he's going to get out leveraged. You can throw this every single time, right? They're going to have to manually play that route. Once they manually play that route, that's when, you can start hitting them with other options, right? So say they're forced to go guard that auto motion, right? Well, now you've got this backside post that you could throw. Now, I got a bad throw right there, but you can see like it's going to force your opponent's hand. Right? So that's one of them. Let's go ahead and just keep moving along. Double flex close, double flex Y off close. This is one that I don't see a lot of people use, mainly because I don't think that people call plays where you can't actually hot route, but PA jet fake zone. Right, so once again, we're just gonna go man coverage, two man under, right, and just kind of watch how this works, right? You can't hot route on this play, but all you want to do is you just want to cancel the play action. You're gonna do that by hitting right trigger, boom, cancels the play action. And then you have this route that runs behind the line of scrimmage, and it's never going to get guarded, right? He'll never guard that route. We'll go ahead, we'll do it again, boom, cancel the play action. You see, wide open, picked up 20 plus yards right there. Pretty simple, right? Same thing again. You'll see, boom, cancel the play action. You also notice, this post route is kind of glitchy. It's going to get open every single time. So the post route, as you see right here, he's always going to get that clean free release almost. He's always like, that's, who is that? That's Horton. He does not meet any route running threshold going against the best corner in the game right now. Maybe second best corner in the game. Right? Once again, like I said, it's a very simple thing that you can do, and it's going to be open every single time. Right? So you got a two-way read. So do they manually go play the flat to the right? Do they worry about this backside route right there? And once again, this is a simple play people don't really respect or use. Like, I've never seen anybody call that play, but it's in my playbook. If somebody is spamming two-man under on me, man press, it's something that I can go to. It's kind of like moving along the lines here, right? So box, this is actually a formation I use. There's a couple things I really like about this one. So this motion cross dagger, right? So if my opponent is sitting in man coverage, like a two-man under defense, right? Boom, I'm just going to go ahead. I put the slot guy on a slot fade, and then the running back, I will either block if I'm expecting a blitz, or I'll put him on an angle route. Those are the two options that I really have with this, right? So we'll go ahead, let the Automotion run through. Look at this zig route. It's open every single time. Every single time, it's going to be open. And once again, that's Horton. He is fast, but he meets 0 route running thresholds for me. You also have the backside angle route, right? So you've got the angle route going back to the other side. I've got this Automotion. If I don't get screamed at randomly, let's go ahead, do the same thing. All right, set up my pass protection here. Hopefully don't get screamed at, but you can just kind of see, right? Angle route gets open. Angle routes beat man coverage at a pretty high clip this year. The Automotion, right? So say they're tired of dealing with this route over here, right? They're going to put him down into a purple. Say they're tired of dealing with the running back route. So they're going to, bring this guy up on the running back, whatever the case may be, right? Just to give you an example, like people have actually adjusting. If they were to do something like this, right? Now, oh, look, crossing route, wide open by about 800 yards. And once again, like that's what I think that was Marvin Harrison. One meets 0 route running thresholds. You guys can just get a feel for it, right? There's also this one. Now, this is one that I absolutely love. This is one that I really spam, to be completely honest. But two-man under, once again. All right, this is the look. This play is called quads switch seam. It's got a really glitchy, cool little alignment that I like a lot. My setup for this, I drag R1, I post the running back, which is a triangle, right? That's the setup. Now you'll notice with this is we'll go ahead, like the ball. I've got the drag open immediately. This post route will also get open pretty much every single time, just based off of how it actually works. Now we'll go ahead, do it again, right? Drag, post, leave it as is. Once again, this is two-man under. Look at this. Well, I got screamed at, but I want to go to the replay here and I'll show you this because this happens a ton. And if you look at it, who is this player? This is Brian Thomas Jr. He is not upgraded at all. So this is the stock gold card, right? He is in man coverage. He's supposed to be getting pressed, right? He can't get pressed right here. And look at the guy guarding him. This is the guy guarding him right here. He is 9-10 yards away from him. Now, if I don't get instantly sacked right here, simply throw a free form right here. Free form down the middle of the field. Wide open touchdown. And just to show you, like, hey, that's not a fluke thing. Oh, look. Here he goes again. Goes ahead and catches it. Keep in mind, I talked about not meeting any thresholds. He's literally slower than my tight end. He's slower than almost everybody's tight end at this point, right? So one more time for you. Boom. Oh, look. Wide open. Missed the throw right there, but he's wide open, right? So I'm just going to keep it moving, right? I wanted to just focus a little bit on how you can just easily beat man coverage if you just hop in the lab. So gun tight, right? So gun tight's a popular formation. A lot of people run this. Play PA clear cross, right? Man coverage. We're going to go 2 man under again. Now I know that there's people that are going to run man with purples, man with, off coverage man with purples, press. There's 100 different like ways that you can run man coverage now, but just as an example, right? So this is the setup that I use for this play. You'll see, boom. These double moves, once again, it's Brian Thomas Jr. He meets no route running thresholds, and he just beat one of my good corners. Who is that? Woolen. He beat Woolen again. All right. Go ahead, do the same thing. Block the running back. We're going to go ahead and base protect here just so I hopefully don't get screamed at. And I just want you to watch the guy on the right. All right. So you'll see, boom. He gets open. That's what, Marvin Harrison against Travis Hunter? Speed advantage by the DB. Ratings by the DB. Like, it's just so simple. Like, I don't understand why people just haven't. All right. So once again, you can cut, boom, wide open. It's easy. It's literally easy. Now, there's going to be plays where people put their safeties in purples. They're going to make adjustments, right? But man coverage is not this end all that people are making it out to be. It's like, just once again, just kind of moving right along. Like, you can find man beaters everywhere. Like empty motion flood H trail. This is one I use. So 2 man under. Go ahead, just press. Do whatever you want here. I'm just gonna put this guy into a spy. But my setup for this: streak the tight end. Outside guy goes onto a slot fade. We're gonna motion this running back across by hiking the ball, and just watch how this works. Oh, look, he's open by 40 yards again. Like, it's simple. Like, it's not a difficult thing if people, get in the lab. So a lot of people say, all right, well, it's just one route. Like, you can manually guard one route, right? And you're not wrong. You can manually guard one route. But what happens when you also have another route that gets wide open against man coverage, like you saw right there? Once again, I know broke a record here, right? But doesn't meet any route running thresholds. And he just beat probably Woolen again, would be my guess. Who's that? Yep, beat Woolen again. All right, so I ran through a bunch of different plays and formations and stuff in terms of what I do. Like I said, this is just me scrolling through the playbook, right? This is a couple minutes in the lab looking at different plays, saying, all right, I've got to be able to beat man coverage. I got to be able to beat 2 man under. You can't let your opponent dictate to you what you're in. Once you let them dictate what you're in with no answer, you've officially lost the game, right? So there's adjustments. There's a million different settings now, thankfully, this year that people can do, right? Like, I didn't go in here and break down all the different combos that they can do, like combo, triangle, top hat, lock. You got point triangle, point combo. There's a ton of different things that you can do, right? So I don't want to sit here and say there's no way to lock up some of these plays I just kind of showed you, but I really wanted to just focus more so on just a couple of the ones that are found in Houston, right? Just go in your playbook, look for unique routes, and see if it beats man coverage. Like, you can build schemes around these routes that, you may not normally have thought about, like gun box, right? I love gun box. This is one of my favorite formations in the entire game. And it's because I can come out in this, I can audible this, I can, if I catch my opponent in man coverage and they are facing something they probably haven't seen before, right? Like, how many people are running gun box? Nobody that I know of in the comp community. But I've got routes that absolutely torch man coverage. So if you want to sit in your man to man with your 2 purples out there or your 2 man unders and mix up whether or not you're putting a purple on one side, safeties deep, whatever the case may be, like, we have answers for all that. And it's just because I dug through and I said, oh, look, that route's unique. That route's cool. Let's go ahead and lab that. Let's see if it works. There's plenty of routes in this game that don't work, right? Like not everything is designed to be able to beat man coverage. And that's okay. That's the way it should be. You shouldn't be able to throw any route out there on the field and just go, okay, if they run man to man, he's going to get beat because my receiver's, Jerry Rice, and their DB must not be any good, right? It doesn't work that way. Like there's routes that are going to beat man. There's routes that are good against zone, right? There's better routes against zone than they are against man, and that's fine. That's the way it should be, right? You should be able to go through a formation and find ways to incorporate it into your scheme, like wing slot offset. This is not something that I normally would look to really run. Like I like this formation in some years, but in other years, like this doesn't have my favorite play in this formation in Houston, but I want to be in Houston's book. So, if I catch my opponent in man coverage, maybe I throw an extra tight end in my thing and I audible to this, right? Normal Y off close, right? I do use this formation a lot, right? I've got the cheat flat X post. I've got a bunch of other options that I can use. Same thing with double flex Y off close. This is a meta formation. And I promise you, nobody has ran PA zone fake jet against you. If they did, they probably asked Madden, like to be truthful. But like, it's got two routes that torch man coverage. You've got other things, right? So like gun tight. How many people are spamming PA clear across, right? You got two routes that cook man coverage and the two outside guys. Tight Y off weak. There's man beaters here, slot cross, right? That's a good man beating play. That stock zig route gets open. The running back route gets open. Y off trio close. Empty motion flood H trail. That Automotion angle route absolutely torches man coverage. In addition, if they manually guard that, the outside left receiver, that route, the little angled corner route, that beats man coverage. Like I said, man, just kind of like moving along, like bunch tight end strong. If you're playing somebody that isn't running the man with two purples, you can run this motion PA cross X choice. The auto motion glitches out man coverage a lot of the time. The motion peak flats glitches out man coverage a lot of the times. That's probably the best RPO in the game right now, for what it's worth. And you got options, and like they're everywhere. Just get in the lab. The cheat post slot cross, bunch wide nasty, cheat spot plays, really good man beaters with the auto motions. Just kind of looking around. Empty sketch stack, man coverage beaters everywhere here, but post cross unders, probably my favorite play in the entire game. Got man beaters everywhere. That's just shotgun. That's shotgun in one playbook, guys. Like if you get in a lab, I promise you'll find ways to beat man coverage. And if you don't feel like labbing, you don't feel like doing any of that, run Houston. I'm going to drop a full scheme on this. I'm going to drop a full guide on every setup that I do. Stay in the loop for that. But this is the way to beat man coverage. Man coverage is the boogeyman, but it shouldn't be, because a little bit of lab time and a little bit of outside the box thinking, and you're going to start cooking man coverage, I promise. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.